Well, now to tonight's special report and to the top end, where exploring the Northern Territory's Kakadu National Park has traditionally been a bucket list adventure. But after years of neglect, tourism numbers have fallen sharply. In its heyday of the late 80s, Kakadu attracted 250,000 tourists each year. That's now declined to around 185,000. Earlier this year, the Prime Minister and opposition leader each committed $200 million to secure the park's future. But without a single extra dollar released yet, locals are hoping the promises are about more than politics. Stephanie Zillman travelled to Kakadu and the nearby township of Jabiru for tonight's special report.
This is Kakadu, a land that's been occupied for at least 65,000 years and the jewel in the territory's crown. It was Mudjandi who put Kakadu on the world map and invited a generation of visitors. The Hollywood blockbuster showcased the best of the national park. Over the years, feral animals got out of control, noxious weeds grew and there were devastating lapses in fire management. The pathways and buildings that were meant to welcome visitors fell into disrepair, and visitors they were meant to welcome started to disappear. It's been more than a decade since any new visitor locations opened in Kakadu, and in many cases the infrastructure just isn't what's expected of modern tourist destinations.
Some darters just out there nesting.
I've come to meet Russell Gueho. He's the new general manager of Kakadu, tasked with turning this place around.
The environmental values of this park and how we actually, maintain that is always going to be a challenge.
Those challenges have led to an extraordinary collapse in Kakadu's native animal numbers. Some small mammals, like the native rat, have lost 75% of their population. But with unprecedented federal money on the way, a plan can now be put in place to change all that.
It's important that we plan and we make sure we use the resources that we get in the best way. But that can also enable us to engage more greatly with traditional owners so they can get back out on country and help with the process of managing the park.
On the Mamukala wetlands in Kakadu's South Alligator region, rangers are working hard towards that goal.
Always wanted to be a ranger ever since I was a kid. Grew up my whole life in Kakadu National Park. Definitely, yeah. It's going to be a big, tough one, but we'll eventually get there and open the places up.
Last year, for reasons including the risk of crocodiles, meant iconic Kakadu waterfalls, Jim Jim Falls and Twin Falls, were open for a total of just 8 weeks. And there's concern Parks Australia simply isn't getting the message out to potential visitors.
We need to tell people that Kakadu is open, because at the moment it feels that the general feel is Kakadu is not open.
In the middle of Kakadu is this place. Jabiru was founded as a mining town for the Ranger uranium mine, but it's also the gateway to the park. This is the town centre of Jabiru, and under the original contract, the mining company who set it up were meant to pack it all down when the mine closed, effectively erasing it from history. But for the people that live here, this is home. And the Gunjakmi Aboriginal Corporation, who represents some of the region's Aboriginal groups, presented a business case to put this town at the centre of Kakadu's tourism revival.
This is a great opportunity. It will better change our outstation and our lifestyle. Everything will be changed.
It was their lobbying that was instrumental in securing the $200 million in funding promises from both political parties in February.
It's definitely once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, we work together so hard. We always stick together to come every meeting and we talk about everything.
To realise the dream of reviving Kakadu, there's a lot that needs to change. And some of the tasks ahead will take decades of commitment. At least for now, there's enough goodwill to try. Stephanie Zillman, ABC News, Kakadu.